Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we'll talk about some of the tips and tricks you can try out on the camera on the Vivo V17 Pro. So Vivo V17 Pro has 6 cameras actually, in fact 4 on the rear, 2 on the front. So it's a camera centric smartphone with some really good camera hardware being offered. It has this Sony IMX582 sensor and telephoto lens is included, wide angle camera is there, and even on the front panel you get a wide angle camera. So these are the things available in the hardware of the camera. Now let's go to the camera UI and we'll show you what all options you have and what all tips and tricks you can try out. So now the interface is changed and you can see that it's kind of different, but then if you swipe you can see that portrait mode, night mode is there, photo, video, and then you get the 48 megapixel mode and a lot of functions. So in terms of the camera, first let's go to the photo mode. So make sure you turn on the HDR option. The backlit HDR is something which is really good, so make sure you turn on the HDR mode. It does get you really good results. Then if you go to the settings, so you can see that there is an option to control the camera pop-up sound. So this is the default sound. So these are the camera sounds available, so you can customize the camera sound. Then going down you can see that there is an option to enable the watermark if you want that option. Then in the video settings you can see you can record videos in 4K, and there is also support for frame rate. There is 30 fps and 60 fps is included. So if you want a higher frame rate you can just select it from here. 60 fps is supported. So these are some options included in the set. Now next, if you want to take pictures in the 48 megapixel mode, there is an option here. So this takes pictures in 48 megapixel mode. So it is higher size actually. In fact it has almost 3-4 times the size of the regular photo, and it's almost like 15 MB in size. So if you want that kind of clarity, you can go with the 48 megapixel mode. Now if you go to the more settings, so here we have slow motion, panorama, time lapse, live photo, pro mode is there, and a whole lot of features are there. Now if you want to rearrange the icons, you can just go to the edit mode and you can just rearrange. Say if you take a lot of slow motions, you can just drag here and set the slow motion. So default photo and video mode are non-removable. Rest all you can remove and rearrange. So you can see a night mode, portrait, 48 megapixel mode, slow motion. These things can be rearranged, and photo and video stays there. So once you're done, click done, and now you can see that slow motion is added here. So that's the option to customize this. Now if you want to use the telephoto lens, so in case you want to use the telephoto lens, what you do is just click here. So 1x becomes 2x, so that's the 2x optical zoom available. So that's the telephoto lens, and from 2x to 10x you need to manually do it. So just swipe here and you can see that now it's going up to 10x. So that's the 10x zoom on the Vivo V17 Pro. So there you go. Now if you want to go to the wide angle camera, so that's what another option. So here you can see that at the bottom section there is an icon here. Just click this icon. So we have ultra wide angle mode, bokeh mode, and super macro mode. So these are some really useful options. So if you go here, ultra wide angle camera, so now this toggles to ultra wide angle camera. Now there is another mode called super macro. So super macro is you can go closer to the subject to take some really good super macro. So here are some samples super macros we have taken. So that's something really good, especially if you want to read some text. The super macro helps. So that option is also available. Then apart from that, you also get this bokeh mode. So this is the bokeh mode. You can enable it. So these are some options in this tool, and you can adjust the aperture values from f16 to f.95 based on how much bokeh you want in the photos. Then as usual you get these filters. So if you go here you can see that portrait, light effects, and filters are there. So these are the ones available in previous Vivo smartphones as well, so nothing's changed here. So you can toggle it from here. So those are some of the tips and tricks you can try out on the Vivo V17 Pro camera. This is a new camera setup. So we have a quad camera setup, a 48 megapixel camera, and a front 32 megapixel dual selfie camera. So this the selfie camera also has wide angle mode, so you can toggle it similar to the wide angle mode on the rear camera. So that's it for this video. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.